All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight to hear a little bit more about this fantastic project. My name is Laura and I am the Senior Communications and Engagement Advisor for Development Victoria, working across the 8 regional sports infrastructure projects, which we are delivering in partnership with Sport and Recreation Victoria. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people as the traditional owners of the lands I am dialing in from today. I would also like to acknowledge the Wadawurrung people as the traditional owners of the country on which this project is being delivered, and to recognise their continuing cultural heritage and connection to land and waters. I would like to pay my respect to their elders past and present. I'm going to start by giving you a little bit of a rundown of the session we're running for you this evening. In a second, I'll take you through the engagement guidelines for this session, and I will then introduce you to our project team, who will then take you through the project in a little bit more detail and share a few images for, I think, the first time that some of you will be seeing these pictures. So it will be a really exciting session for people who want to see a little bit more of what we're delivering at Stead Park. These are our engagement guidelines, which are all fairly simple for anyone who has dialed into a session like this before. We will be recording this session and we will upload it to our website for anyone who has been unable to attend this evening. The purpose of this session is to share information with you all regarding the Stead Park hockey facility upgrades, and we will be hearing more from the project team on this shortly. We've turned off the chat functionality for this session, but we will have a Q&A option at the top, which is turned on if you have any questions. We won't be answering these questions tonight, but we will compile any questions that you have, along with our responses, into an FAQ document, which we will be uploading to our website. So anyone who has registered to attend tonight's session will be notified when this document has been published. We also encourage you to email us at steadparkcomms@development.vic.gov.au if you would like to share your feedback on the project. I'll tell you that email address again a little bit later in case you didn't get a chance to mark it down. Alternatively, we do also have an in-person session this Saturday, the 29th of March from 11 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. At Stead Park Hockey Pavilion for anyone who would like to have a chat with the project team in person. For further information on the upgrades and how to get in touch, please visit the Stead Park project page on the Development Victoria website. This will give you contact information for our team and will also include this slide deck, the FAQ document, and a fact sheet on the project, which will all be uploaded over the coming weeks. We will also make the recording of this session available for download via our website, and you will get the email to let you know when that is live. All right, now I'd like to introduce you to our project team. First up, we have Amanda Harris, who is the project director for 5 projects, which Development Victoria is delivering across Bendigo and Geelong regions, including the Stead Park hockey facility upgrades. We have Sean Connolly, who is the senior project manager on the Stead Park hockey facility upgrades, and Shan Briggs, who is an infrastructure lead at Sport and Recreation Victoria. I'm now going to hand over to Shan to give you some background on the Regional Sports Infrastructure Program.
Thank you. Thanks, Laura. There we are. Got my slide up there. So welcome all. Thank you for taking your time out tonight. My name's Shan Briggs and I'm the infrastructure lead for this project, and actually thrilled to be part of this project, having been involved in the development of the G21 hockey strategy back about 5 years ago whilst I was working with Surf Coast Shire. So very exciting to get to this point. And the Regional Sports Infrastructure Program is we're delivering 16 new and upgraded sports facilities across what you can see there, 6 key regional areas in Victoria, as you can see on the map. So these are consisting of 4 brand new facilities and 12 upgraded venues. So Development Victoria are leading the delivery of 8 of the projects, various projects, and then councils in each of those regions are delivering the other or remaining 8 projects. So the key with these projects that they all have a multi-use focus. So whilst predominantly hockey with this facility today, there's also other opportunities certainly with use of the pavilion and so on. And all of the other projects, they'll meet a variety of needs for sports and community events, from basketball, netball, indoor soccer, badminton, gymnastic, athletics, AFL, cricket, shooting, lawn bowls, croquet, BMX and swimming. So it's really wide reaching and really happy to be a part of the program. So obviously we'll be updating tonight on the Stead Park hockey project, and then look forward to those Q&As if there's anything we can help with. So that's it for me. I'll hand back to Laura, and we're going to hear some more about and further introduction to Development Victoria. Thank you.
And over to you, Amanda. Just give me 1 second. Here's your slide.
Yeah. Thanks, Shan, and thanks, Laura. I'm Amanda, and I'm the Project Director at Development Victoria. I'm just going to share a little bit about who we are as an organisation. So we're a Victorian Government development agency, and we partner with different parts of government, including Sports Recreation Victoria, who we are partnering for this particular project that we're here to talk to about tonight. So we're a government agency, and we really sort of look to deliver government policy through property development and urban renewal to achieve social and economic outcomes for the Victorian community. At Development Victoria, we also do things like revitalise urban areas and unlock public land, and we create an important cultural and recreational facilities. And hopefully we're building diverse, affordable and sustainable communities as well. Might move to the next slide. So what I'll do now is talk a little bit about our portfolio and some of the projects that we have delivered, particularly within the regions of Victoria. So the team here tonight from Development Victoria is in our civics infrastructure group. We also have a precincts and a housing group within Development Victoria. So in recent years, we have really been working on increasing our regional presence, and we've been working on projects such as the Ballarat Gov Hub, the Bendigo Galkangu, which is also the Gov Hub, and recently we've completed the Geelong Arts Centre right here in Geelong. We're also in the process of delivering other regional projects that includes the 12 Apostle Visitor Centre and Niall Bunyal, which is the Geelong Convention and Event Centre. So that's a really super exciting project for the region. As Shan sort of mentioned, there are 16 projects in this program and Development Victoria delivering 8. And we're fortunate enough to be delivering 3 of those projects within the region of Geelong. Might move to the next slide. So our vision for this project is that we are really looking to build upon the existing community hockey facility here at Stead Park. So the hockey facility upgrades, which is home to the Geelong Hockey Association, will allow hockey to grow within the region and to deliver social, sporting and economic benefits to the region. So throughout our design process, we have been working really closely with the City of Greater Geelong and the Geelong Hockey Association and SRV, Sports Recreation Victoria, and they've given us valuable feedback to our design team and information so we can really sort of understand and respond to the hockey community needs within the region. Through our discussions with traditional owners, we are working to ensure the project considers the needs of all community members and remains inclusive for all. We are also working with our design team to specify regional materials and plans for the project. So our project objectives for the Stead Park hockey upgrade is to really look at improving the health of our communities. It's also to improve the capacity of the local councils and venue operators to hold more events. And we really want to look at providing a positive impact for the local economy. So through our planning, building and operation of community sporting infrastructure. We're also looking at, responding to the need to plan, build and operate community sport and active recreation infrastructure within the region. So they're quite sort of broad objectives, but hopefully this project will really make a difference to the region. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Sean, who's going to run through sort of the project overview and give you some further detail about actually what we are delivering.
Yeah,
Thanks,
perfect.
Sean.
Thank you, Amanda. And hello to everyone this evening. So firstly, just as a local Geelong, it's great to see this investment occurring across Greater Geelong and also to be involved in this project local to my area. I'll start with some background on this project. So Stead Park is located in Cryo, and the hockey facilities are currently part of the broader sports and recreation precinct. Stead Park is also the home of Geelong Hockey Association. So at Stead Park, the current hockey facilities include two synthetic pitches, one which is sand. However, this is coming to the end of its useful life, and one hybrid surface, which includes technical benches and player shelters. There's an existing pavilion. This includes meeting rooms, social space, canteen and bar, first aid room, toilets and change rooms. However, it's a pretty old building built back in the early 1990s. So the proposed new works for Stead Park include a revamped hockey facility, which features brand new pavilion, refurbished hockey pitch and sports lighting, and additional car parking. So these works, they're going to help improve the functionality of the facility, have a positive impact on participation, and basically enhance the venue's ability to host and attract, high-level hockey events. So we're looking to commence those works this year in September. We'll just jump on to the next slide. So this render gives an overview of what the new project entails. So the new project is a new pavilion, and this is positioned between the two pitches for easy access. So the pavilion itself, the pavilion's ground floor includes 4 changing rooms, rooms for match officials, canteen, equipment storage, team storage, and also a first aid area. The second level on the pavilion features a social space, a meeting room, and a kitchen. There's also terrace area to the north and south, which provides seating that overlooks both pitches. Also, the old pavilion will actually be demolished as part of these works as well. So on the new pitch, which you can see adjacent John Street, this is the western pitch next to John's Road, this will be redeveloped to meet national competition standards. So that work entails new fencing, improved drainage, electronic scoreboard, upgraded sports lighting, and this ensures the venue is ready to host a range of events. In addition, we'll be doing some additional car parking. This also has parking for bikes, motorbikes, and the addition of a bus stop. This new car parking allows for easier accessibility to the facility. We're also upgrading the wayfinding for signage and lighting and access to the new facility as well as part of that upgrade. I'll jump to the next slide. So as part of the design and brief for this, we're looking to meet a BESS target of 70%. So BESS stands for Built Environment Sustainability Scorecard. And essentially this is incorporating best practices into the design and the overall operation of the actual facility. So currently our design has actually achieved that 70% target, which is a great milestone. So to give an example of what that would include, for instance, it covers areas such as stormwater. We've incorporated a stormwater harvesting tank, which will capture up to 20,000 litres of stormwater. And there's also best practices with this stormwater for treatment before it's discharged. So that's including phosphorus treatment and suspended solids, etc. Within the actual facility, the fixtures and fittings range up to 6-star efficiency. So you'll notice this in some of the common areas. There's incorporated solar panels, heating and cooling units within the building are all within 1 star of the most efficient that's available. Even the parking, which we mentioned earlier, also contributes to this sustainability. The allowance of bicycle parking, motorbike parking, and that also factors into end of trip facilities, enabling the use of these a lot more. The actual design of the building as well takes account of the future with flood protection is incorporated. The common space area percentage in the building is increased and incorporated into this sustainability. And you'd also see like operational items such as recycle availability to the users, throughout the building and so on, which contributes to this best target, which is achieved. Some other additional items which we've done to achieve this is we're incorporating the local community. So we have some Indigenous inclusion, which we're working through on a young person's group to incorporate some of their designs into this final design. And these all add to this best target, which has been achieved. I'll just jump to the next slide. So as part of these works, we also have our local jobs first. So this entails some commitments which we would achieve during the construction of this project. And it also just benefits the local community throughout that. So to give an example, the materials and so on that are incorporated in this are local content. There's a requirement for 90% minimum of that. So that's goods produced by local industry, services supplied by the local industry, and the construction activities carried out by the local industry. We also have targets relating to major project skills guarantees. So this is our apprentices, our trainees, our cadets, that 10% of the hours on this project is facilitated by that. And that includes trades such as air conditioning, carpentry, electrician, landscaping, plumbers. So this all contributes as well to the local community. In addition, we also have building equality policy. So the project meets specific gender equality targets for a range of managerial disciplines, trade and non-trade positions. We work with Industry Capability Network, ICN. So there's actually a link on this slide which will be shared out, and this allows local suppliers or trades, etc., to register their interest for consideration as we get into the procurement of this project. There's also actually an ICN event being held in Geelong on the 1st of April where we'll be also talking about this project as well. Just go to the next slide. So this project is actually on an existing site, so it doesn't trigger what's called a full planning permit. However, we are working with Geelong Council on some processes with them as we get through. So this actually follows what's called a Vic Smart process. And that's just working through some overlays, existing sites and permit requirements that we're going through. However, we expect that to be in place over the coming months and are mostly through that process as well. In addition to the planning, we're also engaging for the feedback as well. So we're obviously holding this event today, but there is further opportunities for feedback. One that was mentioned at the beginning is we're holding community engagement on site on Saturday, the 29th of March. So looking forward to hopefully seeing you all there. But yeah, we're incorporating this as part of the project to get the community's input and their feedback and, look to include it where possible as well. And we just move on. And so, yeah, just to touch on the project timeline. So the concept design was actually completed back in October. So we've actually progressed from concept to design where we're almost at 80% detailed design. And that's where you can start seeing these renders and artist impressions of what the final product looks like. We expect to have that 80% detailed design completed next month. So we're currently in the process of procuring for a head contractor. So we've gone through some of that process and we're moving into mid next year where we expect to have engaged a head contractor and be able to announce that out to the public. Our program currently shows once we've engaged a head contractor, we're looking to commence works on site in September of this year. We anticipate it's about a 1-year program to complete the works. So, completion circa late 2026 for this full scale. And that's it from me.
Thank you very much for that, Sean and Amanda and Shan, for sharing a little bit more information on this really exciting project. And obviously the images as well, which give you some insight into what these upgrades will look like, which are being delivered over the coming years. So as mentioned, this session this evening has been recorded. and we will be uploading that to our website. We will let you know by email once that has been published, along with some of the other materials, including a fact sheet and the slide deck as well. We do have a session, as mentioned, which will be in person on Saturday at Stead Park from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. So please feel free to drop in anytime during that session. I have just noticed that Shan has his hand up, so I might just throw over to Shan again.
Thanks, Laura. It was only a quick one in case people aren't familiar how to use the Q&A function with those who are in attendance tonight. I think it's just a matter of you click on the Q&A at the top and you can pop any questions in. Is that how it's used?
That is
Great.
that is a very good thing to point out. Thank you, Shan. So yes, there is a Q&A button at the top of your screen. So if you haven't utilized this functionality yet, but you do have a question about the project, then please drop it into the Q&A section now. We have reached the end of our session, but we will just stay online for another few minutes, just so that if you do have any questions that you would like to drop into the Q&A section, you'll have the opportunity to do that. And as mentioned as well, there is, I might just jump back to the slide that has our email address on it, just in case anybody does want to note that down. I think that everybody who is in attendance tonight did need to email this email address, so it's probably already in your address books. But if you do have any questions at any stage throughout delivery of this project, you can use that email address to get in touch with us, and we will make sure that we do our best to address your questions. That might be questions about what we're actually delivering, but also things to do with the actual delivery process itself. So yes, that's how you can get in touch with us. Q&A functionality at the top. We might just sit in silence for a few minutes if you've got any questions you'd like to drop in there.